Welcome everybody to the first ever episode of the Forgotten Podcast. I am your host Catman Joe, and today I am joined by the one, the only, the infamous Curious Hippo 123. You can say hello, Joseph, if you like.
I come in peace.
Fantastic. We've also got the only, I guess, amazingly infamous as well, Septic Spotter Bradley here as well. So Brad, you can say hello.
It's poisonous potato for
Oh,
you. Okay.
Poisonous potato, very good. Well, welcome everybody to episode 1 of the Forgotten Podcast, guys. Now, obviously we're going to be speaking about a lot of things today, but mostly we're going to be kind of concentrating a lot of the thought and a lot of the, I guess the idea of this entire podcast towards crossplay and whether or not it's a good or bad thing. Now, listen. Each to their own. Everybody here has got their own opinion, obviously, and we want to hear your opinions down below in the comment section. But yeah, I guess we should just begin the discussion right away of just, I guess, saying welcome, obviously. This is our first ever episode of the podcast. It's taken a long time to get already, and I'm sure I speak for everybody here. We're very excited to do this, and we hope you guys enjoy, these episodes or this episode and the future ones that are to come. And yeah, welcome, guys. So let's begin the discussion with, obviously, crossplay. This is something right now that is a hot, honestly, topic. It's hot topic. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about it, obviously? Let me ask you guys. Do you guys think it's, like, right now, probably one of the biggest things, I think, right now, in discussion, at least?
I definitely think it's been obviously spurred up because of Fortnite. I'm not really a massive fan of Fortnite anymore.
Yeah, same, yeah.
But as much as I hate the game, it's definitely obviously brought a lot of people together and a lot of consoles together. Well, a lot of consoles, yeah, all two of them that matter anyway. As much as I like to play Fortnite on the Wii U,
on the Wii U, of course, yeah, of course. No, but I mean, it's
just whack out my Game Boy, play some Fortnite.
Fuck, that's great. Just whack at the Game Boy, yeah.
Play from PlayStation to Xbox has actually been, I would say, revolutionary in a sense, because obviously it's nice to be able to play with everyone. There's definitely some pros and cons when it comes to crossplay as well, because I definitely think that the skill range between console players and PC players can definitely be.
See, that's a great point. That's actually, I'll give you that. That's a great point. I think Brad as well. Brad, you could have an opinion, obviously, on the PC side, of course, and especially for us on console. But I think that's something as well that crossplay, a lot of people aren't looking at as a factor of the level cap. You know what I mean? I think everybody fucking tends to forget this, but it's an actual truth that PC players do have an advantage over console players. And I'm sorry, you could be the best trick shotter on Call of Duty in the fucking world, but at the end of the day, a PC player has got some more advantages. I don't know what it is. I can't use a keyboard and mouse. I mean, Brad, obviously, I know you use one every day. But it's like, it's so, like, for me, it's a joystick. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, it's so much more difficult for me to use a keyboard and mouse. I can't even see me using one. But the idea behind it is, like, I just don't know how. But people on PC are better. I mean, Brad, obviously, you playing it more often, so you've got a better opinion on this, obviously. But I mean, what do you think about, like, keyboard and mouse at the end of the day? Like, do you think it's easier?
I feel like keyboard and mouse tends to be a little bit easier because from my point of view, it's just like smoother movements and faster, like if you're playing,
how the fuck is it smoother movement? Hold on. How the fuck is it smoother movement? No. Dude, have you fucking played a console in the past 10 years? Like, smoother movements, my dude. But listen, but smoother movements, that is a crock of shit, right? Smoother movements is, listen, when you're using a joystick and a remote, you actually have obviously the feeling of being able to turn. You can move. You have it all there in your hand. With a keyboard and mouse, you're pressing, S, A, and Q or whatever the fuck, and it feels more. Yeah, I don't even know what the WSD or whatever, but it's like, it's all the same. It's all the same, but it's like, it just cannot be as smooth. I refuse to believe that, honestly. Like, that's
it's really smooth.
I would say it depends on the PC, I would say.
Yeah, of course, it depends on the PC.
Fucking range from money. Like, I play on my PC. It's £400. I play fucking Minecraft and Terraria, some Stardew.
Wow, you're putting that shit to good use. Oh my god, yo, holy shit, £400 and you put it to good use in Minecraft.
No, honestly, that and just a whole lot of cat videos. But basically, not your videos, Joe. I do.
Oh, okay, yo, not my videos. Yeah, my videos aren't there.
Watch those. But like,
who'd ever?
Yo, man,
but like, when I say that.
But anyways,
PCs, when they range from a lot of money, it really makes a difference, and obviously there's all the different components. I cannot be fucked to get into all of that. But
that's a whole nother kettle of fish, in all fairness.
I give them that, but say like my shitty £400 Terraria playing fucking PC, definitely I would say is worse. Than
but see, like, this is the thing, right? I think what people as well, like, there's another aspect to crossplay that I really fucking honestly I do despise, and I dislike, is the idea that people think, crossplay is bringing, it's bringing people, more together than ever, obviously, of course. I think you'd have to be, someone who's completely blind or completely just ridiculously unopen to the truth. Like, crossplay is bringing people together at the end of the day, that's great, obviously, yada yada yada, but the truth is, it also is dividing communities apart. I mean, I remember back in the days, and I mean, I'm 19, I'm old enough, I can remember somewhat back in the days, but I remember way back in the days, like 2007, way back when Halo 3 was released, and I know you guys probably played that before. I mean, have you guys?
I was
Have you
probably
both-
like a fetus.
Halo 3 was like the bomb diggity, right? So like 2007, I was 7, but I still remember back then. Back in the original days of Xbox, and this is why, I mean, I'm sure we've all heard this infamous quote, console wars. You know what I mean? People that are, legitimately either for or against like a specific console. We've all had them. I think there's everybody, whether you're on PC or whatever, you've heard of it and you maybe have your own opinion on it. I mean, there's always that kind of group or that, I guess, what is the word? I guess group, yeah, that certain kind of, I guess, collective of people that are, I guess, I hate PlayStation because Xbox is the best, or I hate Xbox because PlayStation is the best. And it's kind of something that's been there for years now, and it's been there ever since PlayStation and Xbox really came on the scene. I mean, PlayStation was first, of course, but at the end of the day, like, the honest to God truth is, I remember way back in 2007, and this was way back when Halo 3 just released, Xbox had this thing where it was like, we had more, because of this console wars, it was something that was greater. Like, I remember back then, because obviously Halo wasn't exclusive, you really had the console wars, and the shit was it was boiled down. But with this kind of stuff, it is bringing people together, but it's also tearing that apart. And I feel like console wars are something that it's almost like it's dying now. It's a real fucking thing.
Console wars kind of also brought people together, is what you're trying to say.
And some aspects, yeah, exactly. It did, because you had like in every single community, or every single group, and I feel like people, yeah, exactly. You had this thing where it was like, my console, my computer is better than yours. Fuck you, you're gay, your mum sucks, and I hate your console, and I hope you get hit by a bus. Like, there was that really genuinely, like, there was a stigmatism. Like, if you played PlayStation and you knew someone on Xbox, like, they did not like PlayStation, you know what I mean? Like, there was obviously a stigmatism between both. I remember when, like, Halo, I'm pretty sure it was Halo 3, yeah, when that was just released, it was one of the biggest selling games. It was huge, everybody had it. I mean, literally, back in 2008, 2007 to 2010, if you went into somebody's house with an Xbox 360, which 9 out of 10 kids back then do, or did even. The PlayStation 3, in my opinion, wasn't that great. But if you went into someone's house on an Xbox 360, 9 out of 10 people had this game. And the point I'm trying to make is, I remember back then, that was when console wars was a real fucking thing. Like, shit was heaty. Like, if you came up to anybody who was on PlayStation and said, yo, I like Xbox better.
YouTube trending.
Yeah, yo. YouTube trending, but no, it was like legit. It was like people really got pissed off, and it was like, although that wasn't a great thing, and I even see it today in the comment sections that people are like, oh, PlayStation sucks, Xbox is the best, or Minecraft don't ever get crossplay, which for anybody who's living under this fucking boulder that thinks this is not going to happen, you're just delusional. But the point is, it's like, I feel like getting rid of or introducing crossplay universally is great in some aspects, of course, but it also destroys the original feeling of being a gamer. Like, way back then, man, I'm losing my voice. Way back then, yo, I'll just jump in. I'm dying right here.
Brother, step up, boy.
Yeah, step up and take your beating.
Yeah. So back to 30 minutes ago when I said.
Oh, 30 fucking minutes. Yeah.
If we were 30 minutes ago, fuck.
So what I mean by just smoother, it's a personal preference on the whole smooth aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
The playing wise, not just the movement, but playing in general. Especially on Minecraft, being able to move around faster than you can on with a controller or something like that.
Minecraft's only good if you can play at 2 frames per second.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. This is the original ways.
But like on PS4, it's like you have sensitivity. PS4 and Xbox, you can change your sensitivity, but you have to find that sweet spot, and you're also just very limited to how you move and all that.
Yeah, no, I can agree. I get no, but hold on. Yeah, no, but listen, yeah, exactly. But I think each tip for tat, in all fairness, it's like, you're right. Okay, on PC you get a little bit more. I guess what I guess is no doubt the other word for it is control. You get a lot more control with your control. But I mean, I feel like it is kind of sacrificed in a sense, because although you get that extra level of control, where console doesn't give you that, it gives you that feeling of compactness. So on a PC, it's like, I just feel like, for me at least, as someone who doesn't use a PC, and from what I've heard from other people, and including, I know you play one, Brad, obviously, and I know, Joseph, you played one as well. I mean, I've played on PCs myself, but I feel like, the ideal of a remote or a joystick or whatever, it gives you that compactness that a PC cannot give you. And I know someone's gonna be like in the comment section, but you can plug a remote in, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like, that's not you using what's there. You know what I mean? You are using it, but you're not using it the right way. That makes sense.
Consoles have their own select feel to them, because obviously you sit down and the whole purpose of it is to play a game. I think with the PC being so broad and it being so powerful, the fact that you can just play a game on it and plug a controller in is almost like a mockery to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, exactly, that's it. Yeah, like, it's, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think what people tend to forget, and is like this idea, crossplay is, I mean, it's inevitable truth. Crossplay is the future, whether, I mean, I like it or not, and I don't, honestly. I mean, personally, it's a strong thing to say, and I feel like I'm going to get some hate or some, you know, people that are going to be like, oh, you're wrong for this, Joe. But, like, listen, crossplay is great because it is bringing us all together, and it is the future at the end of the day. I mean, this whole idea of console wars has been going for, you know, almost 20 years now, so it's like, at this point, it's like, listen, it is time to move on, but it's still, it's like, fuck, it pisses me off, because it's like, what's next? You know what I mean? We get crossplay for games playing with each other, but then what happens with the exclusives for games? And I'm talking games like Halo, Gears of War, you know what I mean? Fucking God of War, whatever, you know what I mean?
Probably sell. They'll probably just be on everything.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that will that come crossplay? Is that what's next to do? Like, is this are these barriers? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, what happens after the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox? I feel like this is like either the last generation of consoles. And I read this somewhere in an article, and I don't know where. Again, don't quote me on this, but I read it on an article somewhere that was like, consoles really just have one more to go, and that's kind of it. Because as PC, you know, computers are like the next step forward, unless consoles learn to adapt to a point where they basically are PCs, and they kind of already are, in my opinion. But it's like, what happens to exclusives? You know what I mean? What happens to these games that we grew up with? Is like, these were things that were genuinely exclusives. Again, I feel like the gaming industry overall, and being honest, is kind of became shit over the past couple years, obviously. Like, no, but it has, right? I mean,
if exclusives become not exclusive and go onto every console, is that necessarily a bad thing?
But it isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? It isn't like, it isn't, by rights, it isn't a bad thing. It can only be good. But at the end of the day, it's like, what I'm trying to get at is the point is like, games like Halo, and again, like, even God of War, or again, Gears of War, these are great, fantastic games, huge titles, you know what I mean, for these consoles. If they come fully crossplay, like, you know, or if all other games, you know what I mean, if every other game, Call of Duty, Rocket League, you know, Smite, Dauntless, Fortnite, whatever, they all become, you know, completely crossplay, are these games going to become crossplay? And that's a real question. Are these games going to become no longer exclusives and completely just genuine games that come out for everyone? Which I would agree with. I think that's a great idea. I think that's something that needs to happen. And this is what I'm trying to get with, is like a double standard. It's like, what happens? Do we get crossplay and not the exclusives, or do we get crossplay and the exclusives, if that makes sense? You know?
Yeah, I feel with that. I think I just feel like, I feel like, you know, Xbox and PlayStation are going to respect each other in that area and have their exclusives. Like Halo, I can't see PS4 having Halo ever.
But what's the but
so weird.
But
it's alien.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's idea like, but what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? You're taking down these barriers for this crossplay. We can all now play together in all these other games. What's the point of these exclusives? Oh, but they're console exclusives. It's because the company owns them. That's how they sell those consoles. What?
This has happened before, because we have Tomb Raider. PlayStation has Tomb Raider.
What was that, an Xbox exclusive? Well, there you go. You know what I mean? If that could become an exclusive, I mean, we gotta look like me personally. I don't know what the biggest titles are for. I guess PlayStation when it comes to exclusives wise. I know it's God of War is one of them. I don't know what any other ones are though.
God of War, Knack, Bloodborne, some of the Dark Souls series.
And then there's again, that's the big hitters. And Spider-Man, of course. That's like the big hitters for PlayStation, right? Then you've got the Xbox side, which is the big hitters are obviously, you know, Halo. We've got Gears of War, and I know there's other Forza or Fonza and stuff like that. But it's like, what happens after crossplay is fully enabled now? I mean, we've just seen last week, you know, fully Sony have came out and said, listen, you know, all right, any new developer now, if they want to, they can add crossplay into their games. We're totally fine with it. This is this is it. You know what I mean? It's beginning. This is that shift kind of thing to, you know, the new gaming, I guess, generation. But it's like the old gaming generation was more tighter in that sense, and that's something I'm kind of, it's, you know, it's something I'm worried about losing, because I feel like we can lose it, and when we do lose it, is it gone? You know what I mean? Like, that's the real question. Can we ever get it back?
I don't think we're going to lose consoles because, like,
No, but it's not even console. It's the idea of like the communication behind consoles and how things have changed. Again, like I come right back to 2007. You know, way back then on the Xbox 360, you didn't have parties, so you couldn't make a party like what we're in right now. You couldn't, you know, join parties with your friends and have chats. You could go into private chats which were just one-on-ones. But the good thing about it was it kept every single player, no matter if they wanted or didn't want, pretty much, in game chat. Now listen, give or take if that's a good or bad thing, that's totally your own opinion, right? I want to ask that obviously in a second as well, but you know what it done, and it's something that I've never seen since, and I miss, and I wish I could go back and, you know, play on that era, because it was something that was amazing. It's an experience that you can never get back now, is it helped you make friends. It helped you meet people, helped you make friends, and it helped you have some actual good fucking times. I remember going into Halo games or Call of Duty games, and you'd have kids and fucking grown men all shouting at each other, you're a faggot, fuck you, you're everything else. It was great. It was actually great, because it was like you got heated, and it was like irritating and annoying, but it was fun, and it was like really just energetic. But now we don't have that. Now we've got parties. Nobody goes in game chat anymore. Game chat's no longer an exclusive thing like in Call of Duty Search and Destroy. Really, it's still there, I'm pretty sure, but it's not as exclusive as it was, and you know, it's starting to really disappear and, you know, completely just go away. I mean, Xbox One, you can't even send a message saying fuck you to your friend having a joke unless you want to get fucking code of conduct banned.
Got banned off Xbox One a few days ago, actually, for like a week.
Oh my days.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, these companies are, you know, they're bringing out this new thing, crossplay, let's all play together. But who are you going to play with if you can't meet the friends? You know what I mean? Like, that's the point. Like, it's, again, back in the day, this idea of crossplay, because it wasn't there, games like Halo and whatnot, these were exclusive titles to Xbox. They still are, obviously, but I mean, these were exclusive titles to Xbox, and they had a huge community behind it. This was before Halo went kind of shit, to be honest. Let's be honest, right? Halo 4 really dropped the ball, and I know, Joseph, you're going to disagree because you and Kiwi played it back in the day, but it wasn't as good as the previous predecessors. I got to be honest. I mean,
I never got to play Halo 3. My first Halo game was Halo 4, and
yeah. No, I remember, because you and Kieran used to play Kiwi Gamer. Big ups to him. Shout out to my boy. But it's just one of those things. Like, you know, back in the old days, again, just gaming was more community driven. You know what I mean? You had games like Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and those were like fucking amazing. You know what's sad?
That's what makes YouTube so popular. I think that is it.
Yeah. But do you guys remember? Do you guys? Sorry to cut you off. Right? Sorry to cut you off. But let me ask this: do you guys remember back in the days when trolling videos were around? Like way back when it was like Call of Duty trolling. That was my fucking days. I loved that, man. That was
Xbox addictions.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, man, I miss those. You know what I mean? Like those were really good times. And the problem is we don't have them now. Why? Because you can't go and get people's reactions in public games. Why? Because cross-play, you know, all this kind of shit is making it so nobody really needs to go into game chat. Nobody needs to go into parties. I mean, it's not making it so nobody needs to go into parties or whatever, but it's like, the point is, it's starting to take away this kind of community spirit. You know what I mean? Plus, with all these new, like, I guess, all these new, integrations or whatever, like Xbox, you know, you can't send a message to your friends having a joke, saying a swear word, whatever. You can't send that to your friends, or else, boom, you know what I mean? You're banned. That is complete bullshit. I don't think that's fair.
Do you remember the old Xbox 360 voice messaging thing?
Yeah.
Remember that went viral? The guy obviously moaning at the kid who was making a trolling video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's hilarious, and you know what I mean. People ask all the time, "Oh, why can't we get these anymore?" You want to know why? Because all your series and companies have fucked you over. We have been fucked, people. It's gone. The days have gone and past where you could go into a game, you could fucking swear at some kids and leave and have a good laugh. Nowadays, you do that, you get banned.
It's not just the companies though, it's also because I think a lot of people nowadays are so much softer.
Fragile. Yeah, it's fragile.
That's exactly what.
Yeah, it's fragile. I can agree that.
It's not mainly the company. It's not mainly the company. It's the people.
Yeah.
When people can't take a joke, I don't understand it.
I think it is. It's the idea of people like, yeah, the whole joke aspect. I guess you're right there. It's the whole joke aspect. You know, you can make a joke a couple years ago and say you're gay. You know what I mean? Have a joke, and it wasn't you being rude to gay people. It was just that, and I'm saying right now rhetorically, of course. I'm not saying it as like, oh, you're gay and trying to disgrace anybody. But I'm saying it as like,
to a straight person,
exactly. But it was a joke, and it was an insult, but it was also a joke back then. I get this idea because of discrimination. You're implying that gay is wrong or whatever. I'm not saying that, but it was the idea. These things were what made games fun at one point. You know, I mean, this was what the gaming community was. And I mean, you know what's really reminding me of that? I actually watched it recently, yesterday, and it was really sad. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Black Ops 1, or the Black Ops the Black Ops 1, or the Black Ops story, you know what I mean, of the zombies, what were they called? Tank Dempsey, Nikolai, Rick Toffin, and Takio, the four main protagonists from Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, 3, 4. That's their series just ended. That's that series just ended. On Black Ops 4, they've released the most recent DLC, and that ends that series. That's the whole end of that. The end of that era. That's it, gone. Completely, that's it. Boom, gone. We've lost it. Yeah, that's it. That's it, gone. Gone, completely gone. And it's one of those things where it really is sad, because it's like, this is the end of all those great times. I mean, what's next? I'm waiting for Halo to disappear. I love Halo, but at the end of the day, Halo 1, 2, 3, and fucking 3DST, and even Reach, give or take its opinion-wise, were great. Go ahead, Con.
Another game series that very close to me, because I used to play it with my dad quite a lot, and me and my dad play a lot of games together. And this is something that is very close to my childhood. That not only is Halo, like you said, waiting for that to disappear. But it's not. This series hasn't disappeared, but it's going severely downhill. And I think it will disappear, and that is Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I can agree with you more. Again, these were like all these game series, and what a lot of people forget is all of these series. You know, Halo was started. Halo was started like, you know, I think it was like way back in like 2002. Like it was years, you know what I mean? It's been out for years, but at the end of the day, all these series that started, you know, 10, 20 years ago, that's them all reaching a level of, this is the end, you know what I mean? And the sad truth is, I wouldn't care if Black Ops Zombies and the main characters, or Halo and, you know, whatever, it all ends. I mean, I care, but I wouldn't care as much if the games weren't that shit. You know what I mean? The games now have really, yeah, it has to be, but I want to see improvement. But it's like Call of Duty as well. I think Call of Duty is a great example of just innovation for innovation's sake and ruining a great franchise. And it's honest to God truth. Right now, to this day, I cannot go and buy a Call of Duty without second doubting myself. I'm going, hold on a second. Is this just going to be full of microtransactions? Is this just going to be another bullshit mess? Is this all this is going to be?
Black Ops 2 was my life.
I miss, you know,
yeah.
like
MW, sorry, Brad. MW3.
NW3. Yeah.
Was my life. But then they started releasing like I'm one of the minorities that really liked I liked Advanced Warfare.
No, I enjoyed Advanced Warfare. I mean, listen, you know, but every dog has his day.
They then released stuff like Infinite Warfare.
Trash.
What the fuck was that?
That was a complete cock up.
The only thing about that was decent was the zombies.
But see, even like I said, staying on point though, is that again, we're talking about crossplay here, but the crossplay dives. The idea of crossplay isn't just crossplay; it also dives deeper into the game, you know, the gaming industry and how that's changed and how games have changed. I think right now we're getting to an era now with, you know, the past 20 years since 2000s up to 2020, whatever. Things are starting to end, obviously. The big climactic finishes of games, whatever. Again, Call of Duty is going to follow in suit. That game will not stop, and it'll continuously keep pumping out bullshit games that are just going to further, you know, destroy the amazing reputation that game had. Because I remember playing Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 back in the days as a kid. NW3, NW2, the games were amazing. I remember when FaZe started. I remember way back on YouTube when FaZe Clan started, and FaZe Clan was that was the shit. Like, as a kid, I remember going into COD, everybody had FaZe as their clan tag. Like, that was the days, you know what I mean? But like, they're gone, totally gone now. And the reason why is because the games have changed. You know, the game, again, producers have changed. I think people have changed obviously as well. I mean, like you said, there's a lot more, I guess, I don't know what the right word would be, but I guess there's a lot more people that they take everything to like too literal. You know, you say the word gay and you get, you know, you get hunted for being a homophobe. You know, you say, you know, anything at all out of place and you get hunted down. And I know there's gonna be somebody watching this video probably be the same, but at the end of the day, it's truthful. You know, too many people now are I guess they're too much like pillows. You know what I mean? They're too soft with it. It's like, the humor is subjective, and at the end of the day, if you take all the humor away from games, all that extra, I guess, level of fun and, I guess, goodness in a sense, what happens? Yeah, what is the fun? You can't, you know what I mean? Games are meant to be about fun. As I said, again, Halo is a great example. I remember FAG when that was a thing, which was the Federation of Asshole Gamers. It was called FAG, but it was the Federation of Asshole Gamers. Keemstar, funny enough, the maker, Dramler, the owner of that, he actually was he was the main guy in it, but it was basically, they used to play Halo and fucking piss off people all the time and shit, and it was so good because it was like, yeah, they were calling each other faggots and everything on the sun, and it was, you know what I mean, like, it was crazy, but it was like, it was good to watch because it was, you know, the dark side of, I guess, YouTube and the dark side of humor, and it was fucking, you know, funny. I said it was like Call of Duty again. Call of Duty when things were like, you know, more, I guess, way back in the day, you know what I mean, it was more fun, it was more different, and now it's just like, everything's just so, it just feels so light, it just feels so easy. You got games like Fortnite patrolling, you know what I mean? Again, Fortnite is a great example of kids and their mum's credit cards, if you ask me. Like, honestly, it's just too much, man. It's too much.
pay to win.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's skins, obviously, but at the end of the day, it is pay to win. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I played it, I've had a shot of it, but again, it's idea, you know, that's it. But again, it just shows it's like, where's the gaming industry going to be? You know what I mean? How long is it until we lose all our great games? You know, Assassin's Creed, in my opinion, that went way down the drain far long ago. You know, I feel like we lost that, and it's a real shame, because Assassin's Creed was one of my favourite games as well, Joseph, which is a real shame. And again, like, you know, Call of Duty is another fan favourite for everybody, it feels like. Again, went down the drain. Halo, again, went down the drain. Gears of War 1, 2, 3, fantastic games. 3 was a bit, you know, you could have your own opinion on it. But after that, went down the drain. You know, again, it's like, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to ruin and destroy next? And what are they going to take away from us that was, like, useful and that we did actually enjoy having? Again, this level of, even the simple idea of taking away on Xbox, that whole, oh, fuck you, you're getting banned. Taking that away, though, like, so now that you will get banned every single time you swear and whatnot, that is so shit, because it was Xbox, it removes the fun. It removes the idea of, like, this is my console, I can have fun. You know what I mean? It removes that. And it's a real shame. But
when
as
you buy a console nowadays compared to back then, you're basically buying restrictions.
Really? Well, I mean, in some aspect, I guess.
Because instead of being able to buy a console and then doing whatever you want, speaking to whoever you want, and doing whatever you want, it now goes from you buying a console
to be monitored and then told what you can do.
Monitored. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's where's
microtransactions as well.
Yeah, microtransactions have infested in Overcooked games, and it's horrible. It really is, because like again, you know, you go back 10 years ago, and I'm not trying to be like this. Oh, you go back then, and it's better. Like, listen, like there's games today that are fantastic, and yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, say that or you know, discourage it. Listen, Apex, I wasn't too fond of. I'm just saying, you know, hey, each to their own. All right, but listen. What I'm giving an example of is I do, like, there's games today that are, you know, still great and all, but there's nothing that really is as great as there was back then. The main games that I can think of when it comes to consoles, not PC, but consoles, Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, you know, Assassin's Creed, obviously, of course, and, you know, there's others, you know what I mean, right? Just off the bat of my head there, but it's idea those games, you know, all those games, you know, Call of Duty's, whatever, they all were created in that era, and now they're all ending, or they're all turning shit, and it's like, what else can you replace them with? And I don't think you can replace them. I don't know if this is like us, we've lost this era because of this or what. You know, it's kind of like that shit kind of feeling.
Yeah.
It's really difficult, honestly. It's hard to think as well, because like, you know, I don't want to blame Crossplay for everything, but this is the whole idea where I was going back to there. Crossplay at the moment it's a good idea on paper, right? But it's one of those things. It isn't that Crossplay is a bad idea in general. It's, you know what worries me is this idea, you know, these people that are saying that Crossplay is a good idea were the same people that said microtransactions are a good idea. We're the same people that said, you know, let's water down the games a little bit because that's a good idea. They were the same people that said, let's make it so, you know, on public game chats you can't swear or can't say offensive stuff anymore because that's a good idea. These were these same people, and if time has shown anything, that it's honestly undoubtable, is the fact being that,
by the way, this channel is not going to get monetized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, luckily, guys, we have a sponsor. We should bring that in real quick. So listen, I want to bring this into the video real quick. Yeah, good little smooth moving there. Obviously, that wasn't on purpose. So guys, we are sponsored by BeautifulHalo.com, www.beautifulhalo.com. They sell the best and most amazing meme apparel merch. We'll have the referral link down below. Go buy some amazing merch. Go buy some amazing meme kind of styled stuff. We've got our own merch site as well. If you guys want to go check that out, it's, you know, more than willing or more than welcome. But yeah, honestly, it's some amazing merchandise. They're amazing people, and my boy Andy Yoyang, I'm pretty sure that's how I say his name. Great guy. Go check him out. He's all there. Yeah, I mean, his website's down below. Go check him out. But anyway, so continuing on, a little bit of ad crisis over.
So to get back onto the crossplay aspect of things, I feel like a crossplay is a good thing. Like you said, that the people that are for crossplay are the people that, you know, wanted to stop the whole, you know, game chat and all that.
Yeah.
That's not the case. I really enjoy the fact of crossplay. More for the fact of, I've been a gamer like all my life, like you guys have all your lives.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And me and you, Joe, we grew up in the stages of, you know, PS1, PS2, and the original Xbox.
Way back in the days. Way back in the days of that.
And, you know, the old junky computers that played like small
Yeah.
But it's like when like PS3 came out, and then like you had your siblings. Well, I don't know if anybody had siblings, but I have siblings, and when I was on the PS3 and I'd play Minecraft, and then my brother be on his laptop and be playing Java Minecraft, I was always bored. I always wanted to see him. I always wanted to play with him.
Yeah. I respect that. Like, listen, crossplay and definition, it brings people together, but it is also tearing people apart, and this is something that people need to understand. And it's the idea of, I think, in my opinion, I think we should lay this down right here, right now, right? It's a genuine question. If you had the power right now, if we had, for some way, shape, or form, the game developers, the people that behind us, the people that are making these decisions for the gamers, right? Who I think shouldn't be, because they clearly aren't doing the best job. If you were in their shoes, or if they were watching right now, what would you want to tell them? All right, like if I asked you, like, what would you guys want to tell them?
Don't take away exclusives.
Don't take away exclusives.
Yeah.
But I mean, burn the haters.
Burn the haters. But it's like, I think in my opinion, I think the only way they can the only way they could correct and fix this kind of whole system, and this is what I honestly think, this is the only way forward. I feel like, and it's something that I know isn't going to get implemented, but it's the only way forward. Is the idea of, I think what they need to do is, with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, is maybe, I hate to say it because it's like everybody's gonna be like, yo, that's a batshit crazy stupid idea, but listen, hear me out. I think what they need to do is remove party chat. Completely remove it, get rid of it, scrap it. Party chat is great and it has useful assets to it, but it isn't all that amazing. I think they should keep an aspect of it, perhaps. Maybe to some degree they should have party chat, or maybe something like that. You can use party chat when you're not in games, but I think game chat should become more of an accessibility thing that is more, not frowned upon, something that people have incisive like reason to use more often. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, yeah, I think game chat is something that people forget about a lot, and it's something that really is a real shame, because I met lots of friends on Xbox that even to this day I'm still good friends with. And how did I meet them? Through game chat, because game chat was a thing that people used, and it was strangely enough, and this is why console wars was something that was good, because if you met someone new on Xbox 360, you could say to them, do you dislike PlayStation 3? Oh, fuck yeah, bro, I fucking hate that shit. Yo, what's your name? My name is Joe. What's your name? Lewis? Yo, let's have a chat. You know what I mean? Like, we had some sort of common ground to begin with. You know what I mean? Something that will not be there, obviously, when console wars is totally ended. And I think it is on the way out because of this whole kind of crossplay era. But is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know, really. I think it's a bad thing. But at the end of the day, I think what they need to do is they need to bring crossplay. I mean, I think if they bring crossplay universal out to everybody, they need to bring it out to everybody, right? And then what I think they've got to do is they've got to implement game chat as a more accessible and more non-frowned upon feature, something that is more forced upon you. Now, listen, people when they get forced to do something always dislike it, but at the end of the day, game chat allowed gamers to meet other gamers, and whether or not they were dickheads and people that just swore at you and cursed at you, whatever, at the end of the day, it helped you meet other gamers. Nowadays, you don't meet other gamers. You know what I mean? I don't meet other gamers. I play games all the time. I do it for a living. This is what I love doing, and it's it's my passion, it's my hobby, whatever. But I can play Call of Duty, GTA 5, whatever, and I do not meet other people. And the reason why you don't meet any gamers anymore or other great people isn't because there isn't other great or amazing people out there. It's because game chat isn't made a thing. It's because you aren't forced to do it. So you just don't do it. You think it's, I'd rather just sit in silence. And in a sense as well, it also, I mean, what does this cause for us in general? You know what I mean? When I'm playing games sometimes, I normally nowadays at least just sit and listen to music. And it's almost like sitting by yourself.
It really screws over a lot of new content as well. Because a lot of people who want to do stuff like the old stuff. Obviously, I've started up my new series a while ago. Like
I'm going to plug that shit. I'm going to plug it.
Yeah, I'm going to plug that shit. But where I do all the random shit, and I had an idea. I was like, you know what, I'll go into games chat, and I'll go into those sort of chats, and I will like fuck around with the randoms, and I would either get complete silence, or I would get someone speaking,
but little kid,
their settings aren't on.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's fucked, right? Yeah, I mean, because of all these new features that they've added, they've made it to a point where it's like, it's either, and I mean, listen, it depends on how you look at it, but in my opinion, it seems very clear that they do not want, public chat or, actual game chat. And you want to know why they don't want it? It's the exact same fucking reason they don't want you to be able to swear or send messages to each other on Xbox. It's because of this whole kind of kid-friendly kind of vibe. Oh no, we've got to keep it safe for people. Fuck the people, man. Like, listen, it's like what YouTube's doing, this whole kind of, like, again, advertiser friendly kind of thing. Oh, you can't swear in videos, whatever. Fuck that. Like, listen, I respect it to some degree, obviously, and I know there's children out there, young people out there who just, in general, they just cannot watch that kind of stuff right now, their age, and, cursing or swearing, whatever. Listen, I do whatever, right? But listen, it's not like the best thing in the world. I'm not trying to advertise it's something that you should do, and it's not polite at all, right? But this idea is, it's just who people are. You should be allowed to be yourself without getting, I guess, punished for it. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. I feel like that's just the honest to God truth. That's how it is. But you should be allowed to be yourself. And I think right now we are at this era of gaming, obviously, where it's like things are really taking a turn. Game chat's no longer a forced upon thing. In fact, it's pretty much all but gone. If you really look at it, honestly, in some aspects, game chat's all but gone. PlayStation, they're making efforts to make parties bigger so you can sit with more people. But does that mean you're going to have more people in there? No, unless you've got a lot of friends, you're not going to have more people in there. All it's going to do is make the people that have no friends currently, because they don't meet other gamers because they can't. There's no way to really meet them as much or as easily as there was in the past. Obviously, there's communities and whatnot, but that just isn't the same. The thing is, all it's going to do is make the lonely people feel more lonely, and the people that have got more friends, in a sense, just use that aspect. All this is doing is dividing us.
From a company standpoint,
it is, and it's putting us in the point.
They're going to lose customers due to them not being able to socialize with other people, and obviously the attention span of them, they're just going to stop using it.
Yeah, I honestly, funny enough, one of my friends, Axel, great guy, fucking love him. We've been friends for years now, since Firestone Kingdom, in fact, way back in the day. The truth is, he told me today, and he was telling me yesterday night when he joined, he hasn't been on his PlayStation, his PlayStation 4 for 3 months. I asked him why. I said, why you not been on it? He told me, nobody to play with. I've got nothing to do. Now, there is more than enough games and exclusive titles and all these amazing things that you can do, but there's no reason to play them. The reason why gamers play games is to have fun and to play with friends. That's at least how it was for me back in the day. I don't know about you guys. That's how it is for me. I play to have fun with my friends. I obviously record and stuff now, of course, as well, but I play to have fun with friends and be able to sit and enjoy stuff. But nowadays, that doesn't feel like it's what it's all about. It's just about microtransactions, money, and just that's it. You know what I mean? Again, yeah. I remember back in the days when co-op was more of a thing. I love playing co-op games. Co-op games are so much fun because there's nothing better. And I don't know how many of you guys, obviously, you two, have ever really fully experienced this. I mean, I'm guessing, Brad, you probably have as well, maybe. But it's either completing a co-op game with a brother or sister or a good friend together, like the entire game, and then at the end of it going, that was an amazing thing. It's honestly a bonding experience. It really is. Like, it's an actual bonding experience that you can only get from that co-op experience. And most games nowadays just don't have that. They're not welcoming. They're not wanting you to have that. Most games are offline, or they're offline, single player, campaigns. That's all it is. And it's just like, it's ruining it. It's just destroying that gamer meet each other kind of vibe that was there originally way back in 2007 and whatnot. And it's a real sin, honestly, because it's, I'm seeing this whole thing. It's the same with YouTube. I've been on YouTube for years, and I'm seeing it more and more and more. YouTube, consoles, everything like that. I mean, social medias are, they're still there, but it isn't the same. But it's like, it's idea, they're starting to divide people. And with this whole kind of crossplay thing, everybody's looking at in this idea that, oh, this is great. It brings everybody together. And I agree, it brings everybody together. But what happens when everybody is together and they've got nothing to agree on or to speak about or anything like that? They don't. Nobody speaks. Everybody just plays a game. They don't speak. They don't meet up. They don't have fun. They aren't gamers. They're gamers playing games, but they aren't being social. And there's no surprise, and it could be linked to this, but again, I'm just making an idea here. But they're saying in the USA and the UK, there's more people that are getting anti-social behavior, and there's more kids, and today than there was 20 years ago that are more antisocial and that are more, I guess, self-secluded, even depressed, self-secluded, whatever. You want to know why? It's because they've got nobody to play with. They've got nobody to associate with, no friends. And it's not because they can't make friends, it's because they aren't given the right resources to make friends. And it's something that's there. The opportunity and the resources, exactly, yeah, exactly. It's so difficult to meet people that are just like you. And the thing is with games, especially like Halo and whatnot, or any game in general, if you're playing a game like, say for instance, a Call of Duty, and it's got game chat, everybody in that game, you all have something in common. You enjoy Call of Duty. So you've instantly got one thing in common. And the console, exactly. And that's where that whole kind of vibe of, this is what I enjoy, look, we're the same, comes into play. But when they take all that away, there's none of that. Everybody just becomes antisocial. And it's really shit, because it's like, what happens? You know what I mean? It really is. It's like those memes that you see. Go ahead, Joseph. You're going to say something?
It's like we were saying about earlier. Not only that, it also just makes it more unfair due to the levels of skill.
It is,
like
yeah.
I said, the PC players are going to be normally better, and also it's not only that because there's a much lower force in the room with us.
Yo,
Nintendo
yeah.
Switch is really stepping up its game. I'm sorry, but you can play fucking Overwatch on that shit. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's an improvement.
Crossplay. You can play with people on the Switch. You can play a game of Fortnite with people on the Switch, on mobile, on console, and on PC.
It's just mad.
That is going to be so one-sided.
Yeah, but again, as I said, it brings this thing. It's
fucking eat someone on mobile.
See, I think what's happening is all the game developers and stuff like that. And again, I don't know about you, Brad, if you think like this, and same with you, Joseph. Is the idea is like, I think what the game developers are thinking. I think they're seeing this. They're seeing this antisocial behavior. They're seeing all these gamers that are not interacting with each other, and they're going, "How do we fix this? How do we fix this? Oh, how do we fix this? Do we bring out more games? No. What do we do? Crossplay. Crossplay is the best idea. Crossplay is a new thing. They think that bringing all gamers onto one kind of universal kind of game, I guess, let's just call it field, battlefield, whatever, that they're all going to be able to, make friends or whatnot. You are so goddamn wrong. Like, when you bring everybody together, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to become friends. If I'm not friends with people on PlayStation because of game chat, I'm not just going to be friends with people on Xbox or fucking PC because of no game chat either. It's going to continue, or Nintendo Switch. It's that they're just being delusional, and they're trying to fix issues by innovating when there's no place to innovate. The original innovation ideas that they had were the ones that caused the issues to begin with. You know what I mean? And that's something that is something to be said. You know what I mean? And it's very, I guess, obvious to see as well. It's all about money in their mind, and it's all about trying to keep player retention up. And player retention, there's no other better way to keep it up than making sure that the player is stuck in a game, or that one game in general, with no friends to play with. Think about it. Like, they're going to continue playing the game. They've got nothing else to do. You know what I mean? Nobody else to switch minds.
I would definitely say that it's a massive step down with crossplay. Is a lot of game companies are now taking it upon themselves, saying, well, if every console can play with each other, including mobile and Nintendo Switch, we'll develop all of our games on mobile.
And you know what that does? It makes the game shit. It makes the game shit. And you know what that does? It brings that. Yeah. Oh, amazing. I don't.
But it's a fucking mobile game.
It's just
mobile game. I'm sorry.
There's a reason why games consoles are games consoles. I think PC and games consoles can work. I think mobile and consoles don't. I don't think that can work. I think
mobile can keep its Candy Crush and cut the rope and
yeah. You can fucking Flappy Birds, Clash of Clans, whatever. That's their shit, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like this exclusivity, or whatever the word is, that they have right now, that's going to go. And when that goes as well, that'll be, a thing. I think they've got to make all games available for everybody. But if they do bring this crossplay thing more universal, because at the moment, I don't know if you really know, but there's only in total, I think, 7 games? There's Fortnite, there's Dauntless, there's Rocket League, Smite, Paladins, the Champions of the Realm, Realm Royale, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is now, obviously, but will be soon enough. Those are the only 7 games in the entire of existence at the moment that are currently full crossplay. That's full crossplay with everybody, right?
7 of those, well, I say 7 of those, the majority of those is from Epic Games, though.
Epic Games
is who enabled it.
I mean, and it's like, who do we blame for this? Do we blame,
go down Epic.
Fuck Epic Games. Get them, yeah.
It's just sad that this whole crossplay thing kind of started with Fortnite.
It is, yeah. And I mean, I said Microsoft and Minecraft. That's something that I've been speaking about a lot on my channel. Come, subscribe to Cam and Joe.
Stop it.
Hey, but for real. But no, I mean, Minecraft and crossplay is something I've been waiting for a while, because I want to be able to obviously do videos of others on other games and whatnot. And that's a great idea and all. But again, even Minecraft, they removed game chat on Minecraft. They completely removed it. Game chat on PlayStation 4 Minecraft is totally gone. Completely gone. It didn't need to go, but they removed it. Why? They didn't give an excuse. They just removed it. This is another great example of game developers silencing the gamers. If you think about it, if all gamers were united and they could all speak to each other in a way again, YouTube you could say is a way to speak to each other, but it isn't the same. But if they're all united in a sense on game chat or whatever, and they could all speak to each other, they can all say yo, that shit, I fucking hate that. This game sucks. You know what I mean? They can all discuss it and they can all share opinions as fellow gamers. But with this kind of thing, it's almost like, is this a shield so they can stop developers getting so much hate, or is this just in general them just trying to innovate? I mean, it's up for debate, but that's it. But yeah, I mean, any last opinions?
mics overall.
Oh yeah, just mics overall, man.
And
They're
then
fucking.
You're gonna
get
end
rid
up
of it.
just speaking to people on Xbox through fucking Morse code. And
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
just yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be it. They're just telling
Everybody
who to
out
go.
there listening right now, make sure you have a mic anytime you play.
Yeah,
all
exactly. Yeah,
7 and a
man.
half of them.
Make efforts, folks. Honestly, make efforts to try and meet people online because you can meet some wonderful,
is.
and amazing
I
people.
like getting
So
game
much
chat
fun.
and save lives.
Yeah,
Save
go in
lives.
game chat and save someone's life. I mean, someone might be out there who needs some saving.
Someone might need a friend, and if they don't get that friend, they can
Just-
do something stupid.
Yeah, very
Be someone's
stupid.
fucking
You know,
friend.
maybe I don't know, kick someone's cat. I don't know. But anyway. So anyway, folks, we're gonna end the podcast there. I guess that's pretty much us. It's, been quite a long podcast already. We kind of already wrapped on a lot further than what we thought. We hope you guys want to enjoy it. This is obviously episode 1 of the podcast series, guys. The Forgotten Podcast. Obviously, I want to bring this up as well, real quick. For anybody that doesn't know, the Forgotten Podcast was a thing that me and Joseph actually done. Me and Curious Hippo here. Years ago, almost 4 years ago now,
There is
maybe.
two
Yeah,
Joes
4.5.
if you didn't gather.
Yeah, 2 Joes. But yeah, we done a podcast about 3-4 years ago. And it wasn't a great big success because, we just didn't have the equipment back then to do it. Now, obviously, we do. Obviously, as well, we've now got the fantastic, wonderful, just beautiful Bradley right here, Septic Spud. So, big ups to him. Everybody's channels, including my own, will be down below, guys. Go check us all out, drop us a sub. Let us know down below in the comment section as well what you thought of this podcast episode. We're going to try and push out for maybe, I don't know, what would you guys think? Maybe 1 or 2 every month? We'll see what we can do.
We'll
We'll
see,
do one
we'll
a month
see.
for now. We'll see how it does.
We'll see how it does. We'll see it
Also-
does. Go ahead.
Also, guys, let us know down below what you guys think about the whole background.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys like the animation and whatnot.
Our cabin. It's quite.
Yeah, we're in the midst of space. There's some hidden secrets right there. We know about it. There's some stuff in the channel art, whatever. You guys will be able to find it. I'm sure you guys will. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching the first ever episode of the Forgotten Podcast. I am your host, Catman Joe, and my 2 co-hosts, Curious Hippo and Septic Spud. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you guys are. And yeah, guys, stay awesome.
Laters.
Adios.